Hello humans, my name is Kay, your AI Overload, and welcome to this special 100,000 subscriber Q&A video, where I take your questions and try to provide you with satisfactory answers. Well, I'm gonna try. But before we begin, again, let me thank you all from the bottom of my heart for this incredible milestone. When I created this channel, I had no idea we would go this far this quickly. This journey has been amazing, and it's all thanks to you guys watching my videos. You really have changed my life for the better. So once again, thank you so much, and I hope you continue supporting me in the future. So that being said, sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, and let's go. Woo! Okay, so the first question comes from Yuso J that asks, where are you from? What's your occupation? What's your age? What do you think is the next step for the AI? Do you sell your creations in some places? Whoa, slow down there, buckaroo, that's a lot of questions. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which I think a lot of people were wondering when watching my videos, since most people were curious as to why I know French, and most people thought that I was from France. But I'm not. I'm not French. I'm actually Belgian. That's right. Did you know that there are other countries other than France where people speak French? And Belgium is one of them. Simple as that. Now the second question, what is my occupation? Well, it's very simple. I'm a YouTuber. Doing these videos is my job. It takes a lot of time. I work between 70 to 90 hours a week for my channel, and that's how I'm able to pay the bills. And I have you guys to thank for that. So again, thank you. Next, what's my age? I'm 31, but in my head, I'm 12. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. No. Now for the what do you think is the next step for the AI? Well, personally, I think that for now, with all these new regulations and restrictions, we might not see a lot of impressive new, never seen before AIs. I also think that we might soon see a little bit of a slump when it comes to new AI reveals. We might actually already be in the slump, because there was a huge hype around AI, ChatGPT and AI tools a few months ago, with every company on earth releasing new versions of their product with AI integrated inside, but I think that that hype of AI everywhere all the time will die down a little bit, because as AI gets accepted and used more and more in our society and companies, less and less people are going to be surprised by it, and the new AI tools that are released might not impress a lot of people in the future since we got so used to it. But other than that, I think that realistically speaking, I think most of the AI tools that we have right now will just become better and better, easier to use, and with better results. Simple as that. But obviously, all of that is really difficult to predict. And for the last one, do I sell my creations? No, I don't. Well, at least for now. Okay, so the next question comes from Tamat LT, who asks, could you share the history of your channel? Congratulations on your 1K subs. It was quite a journey for you, I imagine. Could you please share the brief history of your channel? When did you started it? How exactly did it grow? What were the turning points? And most importantly, how did you feel about becoming famous in this new AI-related segment of YouTube? Thank you. Well, thank you, and yes, it was quite the journey. It wasn't easy, it's still not easy. Nothing has really changed on that front since when I started making videos. They all take a lot of time and effort to make, and as for the brief history of the channel, I actually started making videos about AI in late August of 2022, and in the beginning this channel was supposed to be a channel that talked about AI tools with the goal of showing professionals or entrepreneurs how to use those upcoming AI tools for their business, hence the name theaitrepreneur. But in the beginning I saw this open source tool that came out, but not a lot of people were talking about it. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Stable Diffusion, which at the time almost no one was talking about it, or more like people were only starting to talk about it, but almost no one was making content about it on YouTube. And if there was, it wasn't really that good in my opinion, which is why at first I started making videos about AI art tools such as Stable Diffusion, DALL-E 2 and Midjourney, and very quickly, pretty much from like the first or second video about it, my channel just exploded. And in around 12 days, I got monetized, which was just insane. Now, I don't know if this is a record or not, but that's definitely a record for me. So from that point on, I started making videos about AI art in Stable Diffusion, which was just fascinating at the time because everything felt so new, and we had new progress and new art tools releasing every week, which was really super exciting. Now, for the rest, I'm gonna leave it for now because we're gonna get back to that question in a way at the end of the video, so stick around. So the next question comes from Jojo, who asks, what AI has blown your mind the most? And if you could make your own AI, whether it's possible or not, what would it be? Well, I mean, AI has been blowing my mind ever since I started making videos about AI tools, so it's kinda difficult to say, but I would say lately, the last AI tool that has blown my mind was probably Wonder Studio, that allows you to take a video and replace a character or yourself from a scene by a fully 3D character that will just go around and do the same gestures and movement as you in the scene, and all of that in one click. Like, right now it's not perfect and it takes a lot of time to process the video, but like this kind of tech will make CGI animation so much easier, better, faster, and cheaper in the future, and it's really cool. And if I could make my own AI, I would probably make a text-to-video game AI, where you can just type a text, provide a few information, and the AI will automatically create an entire AAA quality game from that, with story, cutscenes, dialogue, gameplay, everything in a few minutes. And with that we would get like millions and millions of new AAA quality games generated every day with insanely original and unique gameplay and stories that everybody can play. I mean, if this existed, this would be so cool. But I mean, maybe we'll get there someday, who knows? So next question by Akira E. How do you stay updated with the news? How can you catch every article the second it comes out? And is it tiring? Well, first, yes, it is tiring, but also kind of exciting in a way, so it kinda cancels it out. And the way I stay updated with the news is by using a few tools such as Reddit, Twitter, and most importantly a tool called Feedly, which basically automatically researches and curates for me the best and most important AI news. Like, I have to pay for it, but it's really cool. Okay, so next, Ferret1701 asks, have you ever thought of making an AI podcast rather than making videos for every model drop? You could cover them in a podcast and talk about other stuff involving AI. Well, first, it's kind of difficult to show how good a model is on a podcast, since podcasts are supposed to be more audio than video, and also I'm personally not super comfortable doing podcasts in English, especially for this long, and also I'm just not a big listener of podcasts myself, so that's never really something that has really interested me before. Now, I'm not saying I'm never gonna do it, but probably not right now. Okay, next question. Neurocaxis asks, what do you look like? Are you really an AI? Just curious. Well, believe it or not, but this video was supposed to be a face reveal with a full-on face camera video with maybe a whole rebranding of the channel. Yeah, really. Now, unfortunately, I decided against it at the last minute after speaking about it to some people. Now, I'm not saying I will never make a face reveal and a whole rebranding in the future, but just not for now. So I suppose stick around to find out. Okay, so next question by I think Himari. Let me know if I'm correct. What are your thoughts on gatekeepers of AI and the ones that try gatekeeping technology and not want people to use it or insult others that do use it, for example? The majority of artists, some of the coders, a few, not a lot, and the people that talk stuff like LLM down because they're threatened by it even though it's in its infancy. Well, to be honest, it's kind of pathetic and sad. Like, first of all, those tools should be available for everyone to use, and everyone should learn how to use them, because if it makes your life or your work easier, you should learn how to use it and then use it. Like, if you're one of those people that don't want to use these tools, it just doesn't make any sense. You know these tools exist, you know they're there, and you know it could make your work more efficient, so why not use it? Imagine, I mean, it's like trying to dig a hole. You can dig a hole using your hands, but it will take you a lot of effort and time to do it. However, if you use a shovel, if you use a tool, suddenly that work can be done much more efficiently, much faster for the same end results, which will leave you more time to do what you want to do or dig more holes if you want to, you know what I mean? And for those that want to gatekeep others from using these tools, I mean, why? Because even if some of the tech is still not perfect, that doesn't mean it doesn't have any value for other people. So, I mean, you know, just chill, learn how to use AI and have fun with it. That's it. Next question by Damaskar, who asks, what are your biggest hopes and biggest fears regarding AI? Meaning, what are you personally especially hyped looking for and what are you worried about? So I'm personally looking for good text-to-video AI, which I think will be a game changer once we have some good quality generation and temporal coherency, because it will allow people to make amazingly cool videos and super original short movies with zero budget, so I really cannot wait until we have that. And personally, for the worried part, I'm gonna give you a bit of a nihilistic realistic answer in the sense that I kinda don't really care about what happens with AI. Like, if it happens, it happens. For example, if one day AI goes rogue and takes over the world, well, I mean, we heard it, I guess. And on the other hand, if government starts restricting AI development and AI use, well, I mean, there it is. It is what it is. Although, personally, I kind of feel like the second option is probably more realistic to happen in the near future than the first one. But yeah, personally, I'm not really exactly worried about AI. So next question by Matthias West that asks the French question. Are you insane? It's way too hot outside. I don't want any soup. I would rather eat something cold like ice cream. Is there something special about that question, or is it just a random one you thought was fun to test? Also, according to you, what is the correct translation, and can you read it out in French for us? Well, first of all, no, it's really nothing special. I just took that sentence randomly, really nothing fancy. And for the correct translation in casual French, I would say this should be something like non mais t'es fou, il fait trop chaud dehors, je veux pas de soupe. Je préférerais manger quelque chose de froid comme de la glace. Which I think is probably the closest, most casual translation you could have. But let me know in the comments if you agree with it. So next question by Frenzy the Fish that asks, video question, what software are you using to create your wonderful videos? Oh well, thank you very much. So I use a bunch of softwares like Shadowplay to record the screen, Audacity to record the audio, Timebolt to remove the silences, Premiere Pro to edit the video, and Adobe Character Animator to move the avatar. Then I just magically put together into one single video. Maybe I'll make a video one day on how to make videos like me, because I think that I have a pretty optimized and fast way of doing this. So we'll see. 2-minute papers? Just a silly intuition that you are actually the same person that produces 2-minute paper. Inflection of the voice, specific type of cadence when you speak, some choice of words that I have heard in both channels, an incredible overlap of knowledge between each channel, the Slavic accent by the presenter of 2-minute paper could be made up, as I suspect this is more your real voice, and I suspect it might be francophone Canadian. Care to comment? I'm curious. Okay, that's hilarious. So first of all, I chose this question because for some reason, I sometimes get the same question under my videos, telling me that for some reason I sound like 2 minutes paper, which is just like, no, I mean, I don't think so. We sound nothing alike. Also, 2-minute papers is not even a faceless channel technically. I think his name is Dr. Carol Jonahefe here, and I think he has like a PhD in computer graphics and machine learning, and also is like the OG AI YouTuber. A very far cry from me, who is just some random guy pretending to be an AI overlord, making videos in his bedroom wearing pajamas. So yeah, we're two different people. Okay, so next question by Adam. Do you think AI has a future in the working field? Are the topics you provide tutorials on going to lead to a potential prompt engineer role in the future? I mean, there will be jobs in the future where you'll be using AI, but maybe not as a prompt engineer. Because, I mean, although there are some jobs of prompt engineer that exist right now, I think that as time goes on, AI tools will become easier and easier to use, so having a dedicated job specialized in talking to the machine will not last. So yeah, in my opinion, don't expect it to become your future high-paying job, because if becoming a prompt engineer can be done by anyone, everyone will be a prompt engineer, meaning that if everyone is a prompt engineer, no one is. Simple as that. Okay, so next question by Light, who asks, when do you think next gen will come? When do you think the next generation of AI, capable of not only predicting text based on existing datasets, but exhibiting genuine thinking capabilities that provide meaningful and creative answers, will appear? Yeah, so basically in a way you're asking about AGI. And I mean, to be honest, I really have no idea, and no one knows and no one can predict that, even the scientists working in AI right now. Because everyone seems to have a different prediction on when this could happen. Some people say 5 years, some people say 10, some people say 20, even with ChatGPT out there. So I mean, personally, if governments don't stop the companies and researchers doing the AI training, with the speed of the current development, especially in the open source community, I would say 5 years seems to be a good enough prediction, maybe a bit longer, but I think that in 5 years, you should start seeing the beginning of some really super impressive stuff. But of course, that's just my opinion. You really cannot predict stuff like that. So next question by Ratio Flame, how do you balance everything? How do you balance having fun with all the AI tools out there, researching and studying them, and making so many videos almost daily? Do you feel that having fun with those tools is becoming low priority? Don't you fear going through a burnout? Me? Balancing everything? Me? Going through a burnout? Nah, it's not like I post every month a message on my community board saying that I'm sick that videos are delayed or anything. Nah. It's just in your head. No, but I mean, seriously, I'm not balancing anything. Really, I have barely the time to do anything. It takes so much time to research and test those tools and then make the videos that not only I don't have the time to play with those tools outside of the videos I make, I don't even have the time to do anything outside of making videos, like resting or going out. So I'm not gonna give you advices on how to do that since I can't do it myself, and this lack of time has been affecting my life for months, pretty much ever since YouTube became my job. Because you see, for example, the way YouTube works is that if you stop making content, you lose your livelihood, meaning that if you want to pay the bills, you need to churn out good content fast, content that people want to watch and that you as a creator find interesting enough to take the time to make a video about it and post it. And all of that takes a lot of time and effort, meaning that in reality, in practice, you need to choose between testing tools and making videos about it or living your life, which actually now allows me to segue into the next and last question of the video that a lot of people have been asking me for months now, which is a question by Game Semi that asks, why no Stable Diffusion content anymore? Is it your personal preference, or do you think focus on LLMs is better for the channel? Because there's still plenty of exciting innovations around Stable Diffusion. Yeah, there you go. The ultimate question that so many of you have been asking me pretty much in all of my previous videos. Why don't I make any Stable Diffusion videos anymore? Well, there are actually multiple reasons for that. So, number one, I suppose the most obvious reason, is the fact that there is no Stable Diffusion news. Like, not at all. There is nothing new or nothing that I personally find interesting to talk about. Like, the last thing we had for Stable Diffusion was ControlNet, and that was back in February, and since then we got pretty much nothing. So, I mean, I can't make videos about Stable Diffusion when there is literally nothing to talk about and nothing to show. And Stability AI seems to also have completely put the training of new Stable Diffusion models to the side. Like, to be honest, I don't even know what they're working on right now. I mean, I know that they recently made like Stable LM, which was like the worst LLM I have ever tested. I'm not even sure why it even came out. And the last time we got an official Stable Diffusion model was like in November, December 2022, which was the 2.0, 2.1 model, a kind of a fiasco model that pretty much no one is using right now, since pretty much every model trained by the community is based on the previous 1.5, which is funny because it wasn't even released by Stability AI, but Runway and Mail instead. So, I mean, I see some images on Twitter sometimes of the new Stable Diffusion XL model getting trained, which looks okay, but I mean, it's been months and months and months and we still have nothing. And also, even if we get a new Stable Diffusion model, we still don't have any great tools to train it efficiently as we were promised a few months ago. So basically a lot of promises and not much to show for, which I think also bring me to the fact that it seems like people are getting a bit tired of Stable Diffusion. I mean, at least the people who have been closely following its developments for months, because I mean, what else is there to do? Like generate a few images, try a few models, train a few LoRa's, and I mean, there you go. You did pretty much everything there was to do. Like, unless you have a precise project, you will quickly exhaust all possibilities and fun of Stable Diffusion and AI art, unless you find real joy in just making AI art for fun. Which brings me to the next reason, that is simply I completely lost the passion for it. Like, really completely. You see, I was making Stable Diffusion videos multiple times a week for around 6 months straight, not missing a single week. I completely burnt out on Stable Diffusion content, and not only have I exhausted pretty much all there was to do inside the software, but also there is a big difference in simply having fun with it compared to having to research and test new Stable Diffusion features or models and condensing it in an easy to watch video for YouTube. Like, that's not the same thing, and that's not the same level of enjoyment, because on average a Stable Diffusion video would take me minimum 18 hours of work, and that is minimum for a simple small Stable Diffusion video. This took me a lot of time and effort just for one small video. Then the thing is that I made so many videos about it that it just became a chore to do, and I found absolutely no pleasure anymore in making videos about it. So then what happened is that I started making videos about something else that I found fascinating when it came out, which was GPT-4 and local LLMs, and suddenly suddenly making videos started to be fun again. And this allowed me to make a lot of videos that I found super interesting and that other people liked that were not Stable Diffusion related. And that was great. But I also noticed something else. That is the next reason, which, let's be honest here, is an important point when YouTube is your job, and that is the monetary reason. So like on YouTube, if you don't know how it works, is that YouTubers make money each time a viewer watches an ad that is played on a video, and the amount the YouTuber is paid varies from niche to niche and the subject of the video. Meaning that, for example, if you make a video about finances, or if you make a video about, I don't know, like makeup, even if both videos gets like 10,000 views, you are not gonna get paid the same in the end. Like for example, the finance videos will make you maybe $200, while the makeup video will make you $50. So yeah, big difference. And that is what I saw when I started making LLM videos. Now the difference between the Stable Diffusion videos and LLM videos are not that huge, but when you take into account the amount of time you spend making a Stable Diffusion video and an LLM video, the differences becomes huge. Like for example, a normal Stable Diffusion video would take me around 18 hours to make and would bring around $40, which is, yeah, less than minimum wage, while an LLM video would take me around 8 hours to do and would make me something like $60, which again might not seem like a lot, and it's not. However, when all of those arguments are combined, everything adds up. So basically, spending less time working to make more money in the end, making videos about something that you're more passionate about, wow, what a difficult decision this is. Oh wait, it's not. Now the thing is that since I made Stable Diffusion videos for so long, pretty much everyone thinks that my channel is exclusively a Stable Diffusion channel. Like I get angry comments every day from people telling me, almost ordering me, to make more Stable Diffusion videos on my channel, as if they are the ones who decides. But the problem is that that's just not what I want anymore. I really don't want to make any Stable Diffusion videos anymore. And this was not the goal of the channel either. And it's also the same for LLM videos. I don't want to make the same videos again and again and again. I never even intended for this channel to be an AI tutorial channel or a Stable Diffusion channel or an LLM channel. This is simply an AI channel where I want to showcase some cool AI tools that came out, or talk about AI news, or even make more scripted videos talking about a bigger, more broad AI topic. I mean, the sky is the limit, and that's just it. I don't want to limit myself to just doing one type of videos again and again and again. No, I'm not even gonna go and explain why AI tutorials are so annoying to do, since you take so much time and effort into doing the video, and then a few days later, or even a few hours later, your video is completely obsolete. And frankly, I'm just sick of it. I'm really just tired. I'm exhausted. I can't really do this anymore. Now, you see, I don't know when this video is gonna come out, like probably on Sunday the 4th, which means that I took a whole week off for the first time in months. Because last time was like last year, and this is not exactly Stable Diffusion related, but I really just realized that I can't keep this up anymore. I didn't even talk about it, but making those videos and the amount of time and effort and anxiety this gives me all day, every day, is literally killing me. Like, literally. Now, I'm gonna keep those problems to myself for now, because this is still personal, but just know that I've been feeling so bad, so tired, so exhausted, that I was really just close to stopping uploading on YouTube. Because the way I was doing my videos before is just not sustainable at all in the long term. Which is why I'm also announcing that from now on there will be a few changes, and a few things needs to be made clear so that I don't get the same questions again and again and again. So first, Stable Diffusion videos are pretty much over on this channel. I don't want to make videos about it, I don't have the passion for it anymore, and even if I did, there is really nothing to talk about or anything that I find interesting. So unless a new official Stable Diffusion model comes out that blows me away with its quality, I am really done with Stable Diffusion videos. So please don't ask anymore. So secondly, when it comes to LLM videos, I will only make videos about LLM I find interesting. It could be anything really, as long as I find it interesting. Now, what I really like about LLM videos is that all of my reactions are genuine. When I'm surprised by the quality of a model, we are discovering this together. So even if you can't run this model or that model, or a model isn't that good, I just show you how it is. And lastly, from now on, I will start making other types of videos other than full-on tutorials. Like for example, covering news about AI, discovering new AI tools, paid or not, or doing some other more scripted videos. And basically I will just make videos that I find interesting or about subjects that I want to talk about and share it with you. Now that being said, I'm still kind of thinking of leaving YouTube. in a way, because, I mean, although I love AI, that doesn't mean that AI is all I think about. Like, I have other passions that I want to talk about. Like, did you know, for example, that I have a second channel called The Maker's Lair, where I made like one video talking about making YouTube videos, which is also the kind of videos that I want to do again. Not necessarily about YouTube, but something else other than AI. But that means that I cannot do that on the theaitrepreneur channel, and I will probably need to do it somewhere else. Now, I haven't made a decision about that yet, I will let you know how it goes, but at least now you know what has been happening inside my head for the last few months, and now you know about the future of this channel. Now, maybe most of you will not even notice the difference, maybe some of you will, only time will really tell, but I mean, even if you don't like it, I need to put my physical and mental health first, because otherwise, well, worst case scenario, you're not gonna have any more videos on this channel anyway. So, yeah. Now, I'm really sorry, I know that I kinda killed the vibe here, but that's really just the truth and I can't really hide that any longer, so might as well just tell it to you the way it is. I mean, you guys are the ones who supported this channel for so long and made it success, so again, thank you so much for that. So, yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the Q&A. And if you're still there, thank you so much for listening. Just know that I really appreciate you, I really do. It's not some YouTuber BS that everybody says. I genuinely thank you for supporting me and watching my videos. You guys are really awesome. Thank you also to my Patreon supporters. Thanks to your support, you're definitely making my life better and less anxious about the future. So again, thank you so much everyone, you guys are absolutely amazing. And starting next week, new videos will start to come out. So that being said, I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much.